So today we're going to talk about how the profound connection between our intentions and what we experience in our lives. And you'll discover how your intentions are your own powerful personal currency. So let's begin and talk about what is intention. Well, it isn't an affirmation or a mantra. It isn't something we tell ourselves to boost our mood or change our mindset. Intention goes beyond wishful thinking. It is a commitment to yourself and declaring what you want to experience. So intention is a focused and purposeful state of mind. It sets a goal or a clear direction. And it really acts as the driving force that shapes our thoughts, our actions, and where we focus our attention. And as an example, I will share how I got here today. So Anne shared a little bit of the story, but what she doesn't know is that a few months prior to us having a little fender bender is that I had set the intention to use my voice to impact and support more people. I had spent previously most of my time writing. I'm writing a book. I'm working and supporting my clients, one-on-one very intimately. But I got the nudge repeatedly that this was something that was important for me to do. And I've learned when I receive those nudges, I listen. So now, while Anne and I's accident was certainly, I didn't intend to have that, right? And when we met, I didn't realize it was connected to my intention, and neither did she. But it's what brought me here today. So, what is it about intention that holds such power? And how can we harness it? Not only to create the life, the business, the relationship that we desire, but actually have it be a guiding principle in how we live every day. So first I want to explore the scientific aspect of intention. So through the study of our brains and quantum physics, I don't know if any of you here are familiar with quantum physics, perfect. So it has shown that our thoughts and our emotions emit a measurable energetic frequency. And this frequency is shared outside of ourselves and interacts with the world around us. And so these electromagnetic signals occur when we think this is going to be stressful. Or it occurs when we say, you know what, this is going to be fun. Or when we feel angry, as well as when we feel happy. And so all of this frequency expands into what we call, and what everyone has, a biofield. So most of us don't see people's biofields. Well, some of us do. But it's what we experience when we're interacting with other people. So for example, have you met someone and just felt at ease? Like you could tell them your life story. Or maybe you've known someone for quite a long time and you just can't put your finger on it, but something feels off. And I bet everyone here has had the experience where you meet someone instantly and you want to lean in and learn more. Well, you're experiencing someone else's energy field. So, while quantum scientific study is ongoing, but in my work with helping hundreds of people and in my own life, I am a witness to the power of intention. And you all have experienced today as well with the story from Anne. So, intention is our personal currency. Just like currency allows for us to have an exchange in the economic realm, our intentions are the currency to living a powerful and joyful life. You can think about your personal currency as the energetic current that flows through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. From how we speak to the thoughts we have about ourselves. Have you ever told yourself, this isn't possible, when you have a big idea? And you notice you lose inspiration. Or have you ever said, I don't know what to do, and found yourself still unclear? Because when we consider the influence of our intentions, we realize we are creating every single moment. Creating how we feel, what we experience, and where we are headed. So, how can we harness the power of intention? When we do so, we become masters of our own destiny. We realize that we're powerful creators capable of designing a life that aligns with our true desires and purpose. And that we consciously have the choice to create who we want to be, how we want to feel, and the results that we want to achieve. And I find that we often forget that we hold this power within ourselves. So I want you to do something with me now. Just imagine for a moment that you have a limitless account. This is a fun game, right? And your intentions are your currency. And with each intentional thought, you deposit value into your account. Every word spoken with purpose and integrity is a credit into that account. And every action taken in alignment becomes a powerful investment in you and what you desire. So it's as if the universe is a giant canvas, and our intentions are the paintbrushes as which we create our masterpiece. So why is intention so valuable? Well, because they act as our navigation system to what we perceive. if you have the intention to be joyful, you will see the positive even during challenging times. Our intentions act as our filter to how we respond and how we react to what is occurring in our lives. So one of my intentions is to be centered and clear no matter what is going on around me. A lofty intention, shall we say. But it not only works for me personally, it's what allows me to do and be a clear channel for my clients. But I want to talk about how it showed up for me. So last week, my dog was recovering from surgery. I don't have human children, so my dog is my child. And she was recovering from surgery and she started to bleed. And I'm not just talking a speck of blood. I'm talking blood running down her leg and on the carpet. And I'm not a fan of blood. I don't know if anybody here is. But it was really scary because we didn't know what was going on. So after we rushed into the car and got her in the car and wrapped a towel around her body to hold the blood, and it was a 25-minute drive to the nearest emergency vet. So not knowing what was going on, 25 minutes ahead. So I sat in the back seat with her and I centered myself. Because I can assure you, prior to that, I wasn't centered, right? And when we got to the first vet, they couldn't take us. They couldn't take us. And so I could have gotten discouraged, even more afraid, but I said no. There's a better vet for us around the corner, and there was. So after everything had settled down, I was thankful. I was thankful that we quickly got her help. I was thrilled that this didn't happen when we weren't home, and that it could have been so much worse. So my intention allowed me to have gratitude, to see the silver lining, even though it was a challenging and expensive scenario. And I find that we often fall into the trap when life doesn't go as planned, or it doesn't turn out how we expected. We ask ourselves, why is this happening? Or why is this happening to me? And when we live with intention, we discover that life is actually happening through us. So how could you deepen your relationships if you were compassionate and present, even if you didn't see eye to eye? Or how could you feel if you started your day with the intention to be peaceful? How would that change if you got stuck in traffic or you read something on the news that was discouraging, which there's a lot of these days? How would that change how you feel and went through your day? Because when our intentions are clear, they become magnetic forces that attract the opportunities, the people, the resources that support us on our path. However, setting intentions alone is not enough. I'm sorry to say. It's an invitation for us to live intentionally. It's not a set it and forget it. And we realize our intentions are not a vending machine for a new house or a new car. It requires deep belief and trust that we are the powerful stewards of our life. And it's a sacred vow we make with ourselves. So the art of living intentionally calls us to have a deep understanding of who we are. Taking the time to get clear, what do we truly want? And most importantly, who do we need to be to align with that? I don't know if there's anyone here in the room that wants to build an empire. I'm just going to use this as an example. You? Oh no. Right? But if we want to build an empire, who do we need to be? And how do we need to show up? Not only for ourselves, but for the people around us. We have to do hard things. We have to go first as a leader. We have to take risks and be comfortable with not knowing. So when you're connected to what's meaningful for you, it's very clear on what the impact, whether that's the impact you want to have, the experiences that you will bring you joy, or the goals that you want to achieve. Our intentions are a limitless invitation to co-create with the world. And so this requires us to be mindful of our thoughts, for they shape our reality. I think most of us know that in the room here. It asks us to choose our words wisely, because they have the power to uplift or harm. And it calls us to take inspired action, knowing that every step we take has the potential to create what we want to see for ourselves, but also in the world. So living intentionally is taking what I call a conscious and proactive approach to life. Rather than simply reacting or responding to what's going on around us. And instead of just using our minds, but tuning in to our hearts and our inner guidance. I told you the story earlier about how I received the nudge that I needed to get up and get on stage. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of public speaking. But I listened. And when we listen intently to what is important for you, rather than letting the mind overthink, how will you get there? Or will you get there? Or pull you off course because of what you should do. So I want you to imagine setting the intention to love, accept, and be gentle with yourself with every step you take. How could that lessen the pressure that we put on ourselves? And in what ways could you thrive if you held that intention when you're starting something new? And how much further could you go if you didn't judge your progress? That one's a hard one for me. But valued every step in the journey along the way. So living intentionally alone is infectious. a powerful energy for joy and abundance in all aspects of our lives. So today, I invite you to embrace the power of intention as your own personal currency. It resides within each and every one of us, and a surplus that you can choose every moment and at any time. Thank you.